Should the National Football League have ties in the regular season?
No, I don't really think so. And I don't have as strong of a take on this as a lot of folks, but I think ties in general just feel anti-competition. I think that there shouldn't be a way that sporting events can end in ties. And what the answer is of how to avoid those, I think there's plenty of things you could do, but I don't know. You watch all of that and you end up with like where you started. It just feels like a waste.
True. That's a good way to put it. You're back where you started. Mike, how do you feel about the tie?
Yeah, I used to feel very strongly that there should not be ties in any sport. Football have kind of come around a little bit just from a safety perspective, because you could get because I don't believe in changing the game to get it over with quicker. So like how you used to have shootouts in soccer, or I hate the college overtime rules, for instance. I'm like, if you're going to keep going, keep just playing the game like basketball, just add more time on the clock. Football, though, that just kind of gets a little trickier because like 5 overtimes, someone might die. You know what I mean? You just can't play forever there. I still don't think there should be ties, but I don't feel as strongly about it. Like eventually, like everyone should just be able to go home because football hurts.
Rob, how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm very much against the tie. I did not stay up to watch that game, but I watched the highlights when I woke up and was most disappointed. I don't have OCD on anything other than ties in the NFL. There is just something really annoying when it says like 1, 2, and 1, for example, like that extra little one. So whenever they like put up Pete Carroll's all-time Seahawks record and there was that tie just like tagged on to the end, it always used to drive me insane. So I kind of feel like, look, would it really matter if they just had a 2-point conversion off at the end or something, or just like got the field goal kicker out
like
there?
That. Yeah, like college.
Like, maybe you have to kick from 30 and then 40. I don't know. Just do something. Like they have like all of these things in different sports, and yeah, in the NFL, it's just like a really unsatisfactory tie. And like, look, it's 40-40. There's something beautifully even about the scoreline at the end. But I also felt like you've got to have a winner. Like you've played all that, like all those points, 80 points, all of that back and forth, and then everybody kind of goes off disappointed. So, no, I'm very much anti-tie. Like, let's find a way to separate these teams.
All right. Well, I'm right there with you. I think it could definitely make the game exciting, but yeah, like Mike was saying, it's a physical game, so that would be hard. And you know what? Let's actually move on to get to right to Seahawks stuff, and we're going to come back to the Around the League second question next week. So you all will have to tune in next Tuesday for the Seahawks Collective to get to that. But let's get right to it. And I'd love to start off with your guys' just one big Tuesday takeaway from Week 4 against the Cardinals. So Mike, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna double dip here. We actually did our one big thing on Seahawks man-to-man. So quick teaser. I'm gonna use the same thing, but I just really like what Mike McDonald's doing, affecting the quarterback without getting crazy. You know, like not going like full Brian Flores, like Rex Ryan, Wink Martindale style of like just sending the wolves and hoping that things get bad for the quarterback. It's like really disciplined, really calculated. It's just really coordinated. Everyone looks on the same page until like in the fourth quarter, 1 DB, I guess, will just not be. I guess that's what it takes to beat these guys, apparently. But for the most part, man, when I watch these guys, I'm just like, it's going to be hard for an offensive coach to win that battle against Mike. You know, if guys don't make tackles or whatever, or a guy gets beat on a route, that's kind of is what it is. But through 4 weeks, and including on Thursday night, it's just really hard for the other quarterback and the other OC to consistently just have answers for what he's throwing at, what Mike McDonald is throwing at them. And it really shows up, like I said, particularly in the passing game. Guys get up there at the line and they're like, all right, who's coming? Who's going? Is this cover 0? Are they dropping to cover 6? Like, are they dropping a man? You know, Mike's just dialing it up so well. And it's really hard for those guys to function. And like I said, even when these teams are coming back on them in the fourth quarter, like they have in the 2 close games they've had, it wasn't like a scheme thing, at least not to me. It looks like their pass rush got tired on Thursday, and even Chenna said he was gassed, and he looked like it.
First, before we do that, I definitely do want to make sure that we give a shout out to our sponsor for the season, the Sleeper app. So here's a great video for you all to check out.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code HMA. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Yeah, listen, guys, this app offers it all. News alerts, live score, stats, but it's also fun because you can have real-time chats with others and win real money. Be in the know and be all about the league that you're following. So be sure to check out the #1 sports app today. You can try it out for yourself. Use promo code HMA, and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. It's fun to believe in your head coach, right? And I think that's what the players and how the players feel as well. So Rob, what was your big takeaway on this Tuesday?
Yeah, can I just say that all of the comments are talking about Brian's mustache. So I feel like we have to address this. I think he's sported a fantastic mustache there. It's very Tom Selleck. He looks like a British colonel from about 60 years ago. So I think
that is the kindest thing I've been compared to since I've got a mustache. So I was joking with folks this morning that yesterday I was on my way home from the VMAC and was picking up something at the pharmacy, and I saw this little girl with her dad. She was wearing these rainbow boots, and I smiled and I waved and I said, "Nice boots." And I walked out. I was like, that probably hits a little different with a mustache. Maybe I shouldn't be waving at little kids right now. So that is very kind of you, Rob. It's for anyone who wants to know. It's Mariners playoffs. It's a playoff stash, solidarity with the Mariners. So that's the reason.
So on the game itself, it was a fantastically enjoyable watch for 3 quarters and about 5 minutes. And then it got unnecessarily stressful. But the thing that I like most about it is that they still, there was a serious worry in my house, at least, as I was pacing around my front room watching that game, thinking that they're going to end up losing this game. All of the momentum was shifting towards the Cardinals. If it went to overtime, you just feared the worst. And they still found a way to get it done. The kick obviously helped. They get it to the 40-yard line. You've still got to make at least one play to get into field goal range. It's Darnold delivering in that moment. If the defense doesn't give up a couple of touchdowns, you don't get Sam Darnold going out there delivering a big pass to Jackson Smith-Njigba, who, even when the Cardinals set their game plan up to keep him quiet, he still found a way to have a huge impact at the end and made loads of yards. And then, Myers coming on, and if he'd have missed that, or even if they hadn't even needed to do an extra kick at the end, that would have been a little bit of a talking point, like, he's missed another kick and stuff like that. But for him to be able to come out, wasn't the cleanest kick in the world. There was like a point where you thought it's gonna miss the post and it's gonna be overtime anyway. But to get that, and it just felt like, okay, he drew a line under the fact that he'd missed the earlier one. So I was really pleased. I had to go and get my lucky football, which I've had for 20 years.
That was right there, right next to you. You
it sits here. It's on my desk. I know where to find it when I need it. Like, I feel like, I've had this for 20 years. It's all battered and bruised now. It's a BC Lions football. From when I used to live in Vancouver. And I had to go and get it because when the Seahawks are doing badly, it comes out so I can use it for good luck. And it did the job, just as it did against the Steelers. So
you must have left that home when you came to Seattle, I'm guessing.
I did, yes.
Well, there we